Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Perfect. Aww.
And you guys will never know.
Now we're getting started like this. Oh, Lord.
This afternoon podcast brought to you by Jesse James Whiskey.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus, and I am your clueless leader. Today, we're going to go on a learning journey.
Crying.
I
We're
have
crying.
Miss Muffin,
Hey y'all.
and I have Daniel.
Hey there.
This episode is not brought to you by Jesse James Whiskey, but we are currently
We'll take a sponsor.
Yeah,
we are
we'll take
currently
a sponsor.
consuming. Hang on that. We are currently consuming some Jesse James bourbon. Thank you to Jesse James Dupree of Jackal. Y'all have heard him once before. He used to do the intro for the podcast. They were gracious enough to send me 3 bottles of bourbon.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and we are enjoying those. Miss Muffin is enjoying the spiced bourbon with Dr. Pepper.
That's very good.
Daniel, what is it that you're...
The honey bourbon with ginger ale.
And I, too, am also having the honey bourbon with ginger ale, known also as a Coupe de Ville. But it is delicious, so any of y'all that know them, tell them we said thank you very much. It is being very well appreciated.
It's warming to our hearts.
Yes, and our throats. So, moving on, we do have an upcoming sponsor. I have come to an agreement with a sponsor. You will hear their intro at the beginning. Please don't skip. This is the first shout out for that sponsor. Daniel's like, oh, I didn't know
Hey,
anything.
he doesn't tell me anything.
I don't know this either.
So
I'm just an unpaid employee.
I came to an agreement with Chattanooga Beard Company.
Okay.
So Chattanooga Beard Company, you can order their product nationwide at chattanoogabeard.co. I personally use their product. Anybody that's seen our Instagram, seen a picture of me, knows I am a bearded fellow, and I very much appreciate the other beardos out there with me. So I use their products. I love it. Churchwarden's my personal favorite. Everybody kind of has their own. So check them out. We will be getting some stuff together for y'all and doing an official promo, though. So there's that. I'll let you know more information later, Daniel.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Marcus.
Like, thank you.
yeah. Daniel's like, what?
How do
Like,
I
what?
find out more?
But wait, there's more.
It's nowhere close to what I wanted. We'll just leave it at that. We were trying to build y'all a private studio for this. It didn't happen. But we are in the White Lightning Harley Davidson studio, Studio B4 bunker. That spawned our conversation that we were having when we started recording. So, Daniel is it purveyor? Is that what they call it? A purveyor of antiquities.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So, and we were discussing
Some of the antiquities.
some of the antiquities that are more than 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That Daniel has, even some that...
That particular, that's 1869, right?
Okay. Just, I mean, I
Alright, Tim.
don't think anybody gives a shit. Just tell them what that is. That's an 1869.
That is a Swiss Vetterli rifle manufactured in 1869 for the Swiss military.
So, no, Daniel unfortunately does not have the collection that a lot of people have. But Daniel knows if there is any question about firearms that anybody ever has, Daniel, I'm pretty sure, wrote the encyclopedia when it comes to firearms. I can ask him about stuff, and he knows it. I can say stuff about, oh, I saw this on a video game. He'll be like, this is what it actually is, and explain it all to me. And we were actually laughing a few minutes ago about the video of the what would you say they're like Russian or German?
It was a military training video.
It's a military training video where these guys have never supposed to have been using firearms before, and one guy goes to rechamber the rounds after reloading, and he reaches for the lever like he's shooting an AK when he's supposed to be shooting an AR. Anybody that's a gun freak, it's hilarious.
They've probably seen it. It's just entertaining.
The guy next to him looks at him like, we have a spy amongst us. And it's just rather humorous. But on to something that everybody loves. Of course, everybody listening to this podcast probably likes guns too.
Well, we started out with whiskey, then we went to beard products, firearms, now maybe motorcycles.
Yeah, at the end we'll talk about cigars.
I think I've got a few over there.
So, we are a manly show. Muffin hangs out better with the dudes than she does the girls.
That's true, actually.
She likes to get her nails done, get her hair done, and then go to the bar and shoot some pool.
Still get them dirty.
Still get it dirty. That's right.
So, Daniel, you have a list. You just kind of threw it down over there.
Yeah, I did throw it
There's
down.
some stuff on the top of that list that looks like it got ripped off.
Yeah, it got attached to the piece of paper still at your office. Still at the dealership there.
What was at the top of that list?
The new Suzuki V-Strom 800DE. They finally...
850 or 800?
It's an 800.
Okay.
They finally
It's a
announced...
parallel twin.
Parallel twin.
Okay.
They finally announced a price for it. And they probably announced it about a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, at least, if this is what they're going to sell it for, $12,900.
Okay. So 13. We'll just say 13.
13. Yeah. You know how dealership pricing goes.
15 and a half.
Yeah.
Except
32 when you add extras.
Yeah,
except
32.
at White Lightning. Because we don't sell Suzuki. So how do you feel about 13K for that bike?
In my opinion, I think 13 is on the edge of what it's worth.
I think 13 is a touch rich for my blood.
Because the person that's going to look at the V-Strom 800 is also cross-shopping with a KLR 650.
They're also cross-shopping with a Yamaha T7 that's about $3,000 less than that.
Exactly. So, I mean, you've got a
KLR at what? It's like 9? 8, 9?
8,500, 9. Yeah, at most 9.
Okay, so we'll say 9. A T7 on a bad day is 11 and a half. No, I think on a bad day it's like 11 and a half.
Yeah.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, these are MSRP prices. This is not necessarily what your local dealer is asking for.
Yeah, they might have specials, they might have discounts, whatever.
They might be upcharging.
Yeah. But I mean, like a new KLR, you see it in anywhere from $7,500 to $8,500 new, and that's not including any other fees or anything like that.
Correct.
T7 is like $95,000 to $10,500.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen T7s selling for less than 10.
Exactly.
Brand new.
So now you're bringing something new in that's supposed to compete with both of those.
Now,
That's
I think their
13.
argument is going to be, it's got 100 more cc's. It is not going to beat out a T7.
No, and that's the thing. It's a new power plant for them.
At their price point, man, they're up there in the same ballpark as the Aprilia 800. And let's see, I think a new Tiger 900 is around that same price point. And the Ducati it is probably around that price point. No, I'll say this.
I think the Ducati might be a little bit.
I'll say
I
this.
think it's closer to 15 or 16.
If Harley properly produces a 975, it's probably going to be around that price point.
But
I'm not going to deny.
You're going to get a 975 V twin.
Right, you're going to get a 975 V twin. So first of all, you're going to get a lot more low end torque. You're also, then when you compare it to the T7, you're getting almost 300 cc's more.
Yeah, there's a big enough dispersion there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, if you
because I guarantee you on paper that T7 probably has the same power and is lighter.
You're probably right. But the jury's still out. This is a brand new bike. That, I mean, it's just now being disseminated through motorcycle journalists. I've seen a few reviews on it already, but not anything that's truly... No long-term tests.
Did they release... Oh, I remember when I was thinking 50. Did they release the information on the 1150?
I did not see that yet.
Because that's what the new big bike is an 1150.
Correct.
Or 1050.
Should be an 1150, right?
I don't remember. Either way, you haven't seen any information on that.
I have not.
Because they are
seen
making
it.
a DE and a road version of
Yes.
that motorcycle.
Yeah, if anyone can't remember, the DE is a more off-road oriented version of the V-Strom.
Yeah.
Like that's the idea, is to kind of create a big DRZ. Is
Yeah.
what they're wanting.
Yeah.
However, the few reviews that I've seen, it's closer in terms to a ADV bike as opposed to a DRZ, which is closer to a dirt bike.
For
Off
at 13 grand,
yeah,
let's cut $6,000 off the price and buy a DR650.
yeah, or a KLR 650. I mean, either way, you find
Well,
either
I
of
think a
those views-
DR650.
Yeah,
If you're a Suzuki Truist, I think a DR is still cheaper than a KLR.
The DRZ 650s, the new ones, and I've seen these in the dealership recently.
DR.
Yeah, DR.
No Z. You said DRZ.
The DR,
I'm gonna call you out on it. Don't look at me like
the
that.
DRZ 650 is $8,000
He doesn't know what to say right now.
new at a dealership.
Okay, so that is less than a KLR.
That's within $500 of the same price.
Yeah, I think last brand new KLR I saw was like 93 is what they were asking for it.
and that may be the specific dealership, because I've seen them advertised.
Well, that
underweight.
might be specific model too, because aren't they running like a slightly like a more
They're-
upscaled KLR also?
There are two different packages you can
Mhm.
get,
Mhm.
but the new KLRs are fuel injected.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody cares about fuel injection in this building.
The new DRZs are still carbureted.
I'm trying to find me 4 carbs I can put on my DRZ.
It's
So
a giant bank of carburetors.
yes, no.
I-
So
I like the bike. I think it's going to be an interesting platform when it comes to actual market. It has not been sold yet. So
I think it'll be
it's
cool too. It will be interesting to see
how it's received.
and how it performs.
Yeah.
That being said, because the DRZ 400 we know performs,
Mm-hmm.
okay, on and off road.
Yep.
The 650
It's more on road.
and unfortunately is about as good as a DRZ 400 is. And then I'm afraid that although they're making a more off-road version, still gonna be a V-Strom.
Yeah. So the jury's still out. We just need, when the Suzuki dealer here in town gets one, I'm going to acquire it for some time. I've already set this in motion. So, because I want to see, I'm curious. It's a new journey for Suzuki.
I'm done.
It's also the same engine that's going to be in the new SV.
But are they calling that SV? Did we ever figure that out?
I think they are, but it's not going to be a V. There's no V in it.
There's no V in it.
It's going to be an SP.
So, are we calling it the PT Strong?
The PP Strong.
Parallel twin? Alright. Next order of business.
The Indian Sport Chief.
Oh, the sport chief.
No, sorry. No, we had a conversation about this earlier. I think it's a cool looking bike.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I think it's a fine attempt by Indian to put something in a market that competes in that middleweight cruiser class.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like Indian's doing it because Harley's doing something that Indian's not. Indian's going, we're missing our market.
I feel like they're almost playing catch up with this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, people are going to go buy it because they go, oh, it's got the inverted front suspension. Cool. Let's go back to our previous episode when I said it's not the tool, it's the rider. If you don't know how to use it,
Yeah.
it's not going to matter in the first place. Now, what it appears to me is that bike, its engine and its chassis, because it's the Chief Sport, it is a Chief. Completely stripped down. No extra plastics, no nonsense.
Yep.
Let's take everything off of it, make this bike as small and as light as it can be. Okay.
So they made a Dyna.
No, they made a new Softail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
True.
mean, that's what it's going
That's
up
what
against.
it-
It's
yeah.
going up against a lowrider, dude. Let's be honest.
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
So price point has to be right.
Have you seen any prices?
No, but even then, I still don't think it's going to. You'll have the people to buy it,
Yeah, well,
but it's not
Oh, yeah.
going to sell per se.
Yeah.
Because said it once and I'll say it again. Most of your Indian riders, if we have Indian riders listening, I'm not trying to be rude. This is just in my own personal experience. Most Indian riders that I've met are riding Indian because something has happened at one point in time when they wanted to buy a Harley.
yeah.
Even maybe before they went to the dealership, something happened. They got turned off from Harley Davidson. They're pissed off about something that's tied back to Harley Davidson, so they decided to buy an Indian. Hey, Indian, it's a great business model to live by.
So
But if Harley dealers step in and start pleasing everybody, you're out of business.
yeah. So it looks like the Sport Chief is going to start at 19.
Okay, so
But I mean, that's
yeah,
start. That's
but
start
no.
at 19. That's not a bad price.
that's in line though with
Yeah.
what it's competing against.
Yeah.
So, for everybody that says that Harley's too expensive, this is not just a Harley thing. This is a price point of the market for those.
Yeah, that goes
style
back to
bikes.
another episode.
Yes.
If y'all haven't listened yet to Unpopular Opinion, I highly suggest you go back and do it.
That was a very entertaining episode for all of us to witness.
Oh yeah, it's great.
But the Indian motor,
It'll be
part of the
one-
reason why I don't
It's a
like
116.
part of the it doesn't matter. Part of the reason why I don't like the Indian engine is I think Art Deco pictures. Daniel has one on the wall.
Yes.
Super cool. Keep it as a picture on your wall.
And that's where that one will say.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree
I
with
will
that.
be hanging that on the wall soon.
It's not an Art Deco picture of an Indian. It's,
that one's good. That one's going right up there.
it's like an Art Deco picture of an old Billy tank racer that he's got that we're pointing at. Right next to the Ferrari. That's a cool picture.
That is.
Anyway.
I love that
I do
picture.
like that.
I'm like sitting here admiring it now. I'm like, that's a really cool, like, it's an old
Indy car.
yeah.
I stare at it every time I'm in here.
Would it be Indy though, or would it be
Well,
Formula?
no, it's not.
It'd be Formula One.
Yeah.
Being Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like,
Or I guess that's before Formula One.
yeah.
Either way,
that's
it's
what
open
I'm
wheel racing car from the '60s Ferrari.
saying. Yeah.
Continue.
KLX 300 SM.
I think it's a buy.
Yeah.
I mean, personally,
I'm.
at the price point,
Which, if I recall correctly, was somewhere around 5,000 to 7,000. I think it's a cool bike. It competes with the DRZ 400.
I was about to ask what is that?
So think of the DRZ 400.
Yeah.
The Supermoto version. Street tire, 17-inch,
Yeah.
hooligan style motorcycle.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
in complete honesty, but it's a brand new bike from Kawasaki, KLX 300. Built for that style of riding, and the thing that it has above the DRZ, it's fuel injected.
Ah.
I think that's it's punching above its price point at $5,000, where the DRZ 400 SM's $7,000.
Totally. Yeah.
and with the fuel injection,
The fuel injection makes a difference.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, a modern carburetor's never going to have a problem. But
it's still carburetor.
Well, until you realize it's still a carburetor. That's when it has a problem.
Like I said, it's. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I think it's a buy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If you can find one. Because they are selling immediately. A lot of dealerships have taken pre-orders for them, from what I understand, and they're just not there.
Sounds like another motorcycle that's in that same CC weight class. CRF 300. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the Rally or the regular L. You can't find them. Yeah.
They're just really popular for what they are. It's a good engine in a lightweight platform that you can do a lot of things with. You can even if you buy the SM, throw some knobby tires on it. You can do the same thing that you do with the regular KLX 300.
So, on that bike though, we talked earlier.
Yes.
I know that bike is new, but I think that bike already needs to be upgraded. Now, I'll put this out there. So, y'all have heard me say that I'm going to be purchasing a motorcycle at some point in time this year. That motorcycle will be a DRZ 400. Mm-hmm. I am interested in doing some dual sport riding. I want something that's more bred as a dirt bike, but I also have always wanted a supermoto. So I'll probably end up getting a DRZ 400 SM and putting a heavier weight valve spring and getting a set of knobby wheels and tires for the machine to be able to ride and stuff like that with.
And you mean valving on the suspension?
Yeah, the spring valves. So, or I guess it's just a heavier weight spring. It's not even the valve
it's good.
The oil valving on the front suspension stays the same.
Always run a heavier weight oil if you need to.
Yeah, but I don't think I have to. That bike is just
the rear end is where you're going to need to put the heavier spring, not the front. The front will be fine.
Well, they sell both, and they're pretty cheap. The bike is cheap enough and plentiful enough that I can find one.
Yeah.
That being said, Kawasaki currently makes the Ninja 400. Mm-hmm. To take a page out of Honda's playbook, the CRF 300L and 300 Rally run the same engine, like we've talked before, as what's in the Honda CB300, CBR 300, and the Rebel 300. Okay. Now, Honda's 300, as many videos as you see on YouTube, does not compete with a DRZ 400. People choose the 300 over the DRZ 400 simply because of fuel injection and updated styling. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the same effect with the KLX 300.
Correct.
But Kawasaki has a chance to truly build a DRZ competitor by taking the 400 engine that is in the Ninja and putting it in that KLX platform.
And I think that would capture a section of the market.
Yes.
That is not necessarily there, because the 400 engine is going to outperform the 300 by Honda.
Now, that being said, for anybody that's listening to this that goes, just buy the WR450 or the WR250 or the CRF 450L, those are fantastic machines. I think a CRF 450L is an awesome bike. I would love to have one as a supermoto. Sean from the dealership actually has one to be able to go out in the woods and play with to better hone his skills for riding the Pan America. That is not the same as a CRF 300, a KLX 300, or a DRZ 400. Those bikes, although 100% capable, are still more of a dirt bike engine.
Yeah.
600-mile service intervals, those types of things. A DRZ is going to be just like how a CRF 300 is.
It's a street bike.
In 10 years, someone's looking for a used CRF 300 and they go, oh, this one's got 25,000 miles on it. Okay, it's fine. In 10 years, you're not going to buy a CRF 300 or a CRF 450 with 25,000 miles on it.
No, I think they measure those in hours.
So that bike, it needs major overhaul if it wasn't already overhauled. It's just not the same, like Daniel said. It's a street engine. It's designed, the DRZ 400 engine, the KLX 300 engine, the Honda CRF 300 engine, and the Ninja 400 engine are all designed for the long haul.
Yeah, I agree.
So
and they're made to be a streetable bike that is low maintenance that you can use for everyday purposes.
Yeah.
The WR...
Kawasaki needs to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be a great move for Kawasaki. Put something a little bit bigger in the market that can compete.
And that competition is going to force Honda to do something. And I know what that force would be.
The 500.
500.
Yep. Like we've talked about in the past, too.
CRF 500 Rally.
Yep. And although I think they would have to make some changes to that 500 engine. It's a very lazy engine.
Yeah, but get a little bit more pep out of it.
4-cylinder off-road. I'm joking.
CBX CRF.
No. CB 650 engine. It's a 4-cylinder.
No. Next talking point.
ZX6R.
Next talking point.
KLX. March Moto Madness.
Yeah. March Moto Madness. So, let's say if I've done my job. Daniel, do you know what March Moto Madness is?
I've heard about it.
Heather, do you know what March Moto Madness is?
Yeah, it's like a bike week for off-roading, like dirt bikes.
Hey, close. It is one of the East Coast ADV rallies.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to have an ADV. There's a lot of guys out there with dirt bikes. There's a lot of guys out there with scramblers. One of the motorcycles that is actually extremely popular there, not necessarily a lot of them, but extremely popular because it's almost kind of, people almost give it so much respect because it's almost like, oh, this is the grandfather of all of this.
The Triumph.
No, it's the Sportster Scrambler.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you roll over the Sportster Scrambler and everybody's like, oh, there's the king. Make way for the king. He's got to get to the castle, and the king of the castle, king of the castle. No, very bad Borat impression.
So I'm assuming this is in March.
Barely. Barely in March. Like, literally, like, the last 2 days of it are in April. So, it is 4 days, Telco Plains, Tennessee. It is, I'd have to take a quick look at the calendar, but it's, so like March 30th, 31st, April 1st, April 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right.
Well, I mean, yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Are those days correct?
That is
okay,
correct.
so March 30th, March 31st, April 1st, April 2nd. Telco Plains, Tennessee, there's an area called TOAD, which stands for Telco Overland Adventure Destination. Telco, Tennessee has some of the prettiest riding in the country, as well as the Cherry Skyway. Mm-hmm. But the Cherry Skyway, it's called the Cherry Skyway because it's the road through the middle of the Cherry National Forest, which has a whole bunch of riding to be taken part in, stuff like that. So it's really fun. If you're halfway local to us, even if you have, I'm going to tell you now, bring something street legal. The cops are probably not going to care if you're not on a street legal motorcycle, but bring something street legal because you do have to ride on main roads to get to the trail. It's a blast, man. They call it the mother of all ADV rallies. I think there's like 800 or 900 bikes there, and this property is not that big for 800 or 900 motorcycles. But there are some major names that pop up out there. Last year, White Lightning actually had a sponsored rider on a Pan America. That rider was Matt Kelly. Matt Kelly is a former BMW GS Trophy champ. He used to ride all around the world. For BMW, riding on the BMW GS motorcycles. He was featured on their website and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of guys that go out there that, you see him and you're like, oh, who's that? Oh, nobody. That guy's just set the land speed record on a BMW GS through the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's like, oh, so he's nobody.
Yeah, just nobody.
So, but it's cool, man. It's intense to see what these motorcycles will do. Last year when we went there, that was the first time really anybody had seen a Pan America doing its thing. And there was a whole lot of people going, holy crap.
Well, I'd say last year was probably the first year that Pan Americas were actually prevalent. You know, people had them and were taking them out to do
Yeah,
things.
so, and that's the thing about it. I don't think anybody had a Pan America when it happened the year before that. The Pan Americas came out in 21, but I don't know anybody that had a Pan America in March of 21.
Yeah. Did they come out were they out in March?
I don't remember.
I thought it was later in the year that they...
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Let's just stick with I don't remember.
So, first year for the Pan Americas at this event. And
22 blew everybody's socks off, but Harley stepped up in good fashion, as in Harley Davidson corporate, the demo truck that was full of Pan Americas was at the event, so people could ride Pan Americas and take a look at them.
Yep.
So it was really neat. It's worth the trip. Anybody that is into those tops bikes that's in this area. To go. I mean, that's really all I can say. I'll be out there. If anybody's listening, I'll be out there Thursday evening. I'll get there, and I'll be there for Friday and most of the day on Saturday.
And if you come up and talk to Marcus, he'll give you a shout out on the next podcast.
I actually will. Okay, so if y'all don't believe me, anybody that has ever reached out to us on the podcast has gotten a shout out.
Mm-hmm. And if you come and see us, like Jeremy will attest to, you get to record with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've got local people in Chattanooga that send me messages. They haven't even came to see me at work.
I don't even want to see you at work.
You came and spent like 4 hours with me today.
I know, I didn't say that. I still don't want to, but I do.
I didn't even call you.
He just
to be
shows
clear,
up.
But apparently you needed me.
He just shows
This
up.
is the first time, well, today is the first time I've actually seen Daniel in probably over 2 weeks.
It's been a hot minute. Yeah.
It has. It has.
Because the last episode you weren't on it.
No,
So,
because I had to go to Costco.
yeah. So, but March Moto Madness, I highly encourage y'all to check it out. This is actually year 16 for March Moto Madness.
Oh, wow.
So it's not anything new. This is their Sweet 16. It'll be a good event. It'll be fun. I'm sleeping on an air mattress in the back of the White Lightning trailer.
Nice.
Are you going with him?
No.
I was about to
No.
say.
No.
Was this approved?
No,
That
I'm going
might-
to come home nasty. Like, I'm not, there's no showering up
That
there.
sounds awfully familiar.
I'm going to leave that one as it is. That's between you two.
When I come home that Saturday, I'm coming straight to your house, Daniel.
I'm going to lock the door and change the code.
That's what I say. I know the code.
You can get in the shed.
You can get the shed.
Probably a more appropriate place.
I've got a
for it.
rain barrel up front. You can wash yourself there.
Hey, I'll go hide behind the wood pile. Next category. Daniel.
Well, we've got a theme going. No show, no road.
No show, no road. All right. Anybody that's listened to this podcast multiple times knows the name No Show Jones. We were talking about Mr. Lewis Bell himself, the man that helped originate this podcast when we first got started.
Yep.
For those of y'all that might not realize, we still actually talk to Lewis.
When we have to.
Yeah, Lewis is trying to get us to go stand in the middle of the rain tomorrow, Sunday. This will be...
Today is a Saturday.
It's gone. Like, this was over a week ago when y'all listen to this. That moment is past. But it's been raining for a couple days, and I don't think I want to go stand in the rain.
In the mud.
I would
in the
go in the
mud.
mud.
And it's not like we're
It's
going to be
not
standing
close,
on the
see?
side of a track watching him go in circles. We're going to be standing in the middle of woods to watch him pass us one time and go, woo! But standing there with the bells as he rides by.
The clappers.
Yeah.
So that's probably
Hit him with a beer.
not going to happen.
That's what I would do. Just hit him with a beer.
Oh yeah, we could stand there though with like banquets, like it's a water station.
Yeah.
Just lays the bike down and gets off.
So, anyways, before Lewis purchased his current motorcycle, the conversation of off-road motorcycles was already taking place. The formulation of what bike I was going to purchase, though, did not happen until Lewis purchased his DRZ 400.
And you had the opportunity to ride it.
I've had the opportunity to ride it at March Moto Madness. I will actually be taking Lewis's DRZ to March Moto Madness, and I will be using it to get around up there, because I'm going to be going up there with the dealership, but I'm also going as quote-unquote media. Not necessarily for the podcast. I probably will record some podcasts when I'm there, but I'm going for the purpose of getting a lot of video and photos for the dealership side of it, because that is part of my job. It's so unfortunate that I have to do those types of things.
I really hate that they make
Yeah, I
you
hate
work.
that for you.
It's a rough life. I appreciate that. So,
Just gonna cry into your bourbon.
but I can't tell you, when I say I can't tell you last time he rode on the road, no, I can tell you last time he rode on the road because he showed up at the dealership. I can't tell you last time he rode something that wasn't the DRZ.
He rode the Street Glide last week.
I'm
Is that because he
surprised.
hadn't rode it since October
I'm
last year? Or no,
surprised.
That is correct.
since
Since-
April.
No,
No,
he
October.
rode it in the fall.
Yeah,
He rode it since,
yeah.
he hadn't rode it since October.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time he's ridden it since October.
I'm surprised it was off the trailer.
But before that, he did actually bring out the KZ one day.
Okay, I say that. He came up to the shop on the KZ 1st of January.
Yeah. He is fully engaged in the DRZ lifestyle.
No, he's fully engaged in the dirt riding
Yes.
Yeah.
lifestyle. The DRZ just happens to be the tool that he's using to ride.
That
in
is
the dirt.
correct. That is
Because
correct.
That is
he has
correct.
already mentioned stuff to me about like full blown like race ready
Yeah.
dirt bikes.
Yeah. He is going full bore into this.
Yeah.
And he is attempting to
Which blows my mind, because the first day that he showed up on his DRZ, he had on like the rubber boots that you'd like work in the yard with. And I'm like, those are supposed to save your ankles if you go down?
he came to the house one day after he first got. He was riding up the power lines by me here.
That was that same day he came to the shop.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the rubber boots.
Yeah, he had the
Rubber
rubber boots on.
Yeah.
I was like, what, are you expecting a flood or something? What are you doing?
Yeah, he wanted to keep his feet dry. I was like, well, buddy, you should be worried more about keeping your legs intact.
Yeah.
Well, he's got such short legs.
Yeah,
They
he
don't
could,
bend very well.
a regular low top tennis shoe would cover his whole.
He might
all
roll
the
his
way up to
ankle.
knee. So, but
Don't tell tall stories.
it should be short. So, I'm gonna try and get him on here at some point in time to talk about his love affair with the DRZ. But I think we're going to approach it more like it's an intervention. Like, I think we're going to invite, like, his FXR and his KZ and stuff like that, dude.
We'll have to do it in
Just
his
sit
garage. We'll have to come to his garage one day.
Yeah.
But he doesn't keep it locked, so
No, he doesn't keep the front door locked. So, anyways.
we're just going to sit there with the door open one day.
We've done many podcasts in his garage.
Here's a course.
Yeah, here's a
Sit-
course.
Please take a seat. We've all written notes for you.
Here you go, sir. I got you a Coors and a pack of L&M's.
Have a seat. We're going to talk.
All right.
So the next topic is, Marcus, you have met some individuals that like to do very long distance riding.
Yes. So I think I've talked about or mentioned the Hoka on the podcast before. So those of you that don't know, Google it. Do your own research. No. Hoka it changes. But I think for the most difficult part, it's like 11,000 miles in 11 days. Right. I've got two pretty good loyal customers at our dealership that are Hoka members. They've done a couple Hoka One of the guys is actually getting ready to do the scooter cannonball, which maxes out at 300 cc's, and this dude probably weighs more than a 300cc scooter does. Daniel's like,
That sounds like so
That
much
sounds
fun.
like so much
he
fun.
is going to be doing a cannonball run across the country on a 300cc Vespa scooter.
That sounds like
Okay,
the
sign me up. This sounds
week
like
of
fun.
my life.
Um,
Shit, we hit 55.
but, we were talking, sometimes you don't realize these guys. These guys come in the dealership. I know them. I know they ride. Okay. But he was talking about a guy that has actually stopped at our dealership before that has a little over 200,000 miles on a motorcycle that's shouldn't really have more than about 25,000 miles on it. Individual's got like a 10-gallon custom-made gas tank, extra fuel cell, those types of things. And he was talking about when he met this guy, he had heard all these stories about him and seen pictures of the motorcycle, and he was expecting something completely different than this short little dude that walks in with like a polo and a pair of khakis and stuff on. I just want to say hats off to those that will ride that, ride incredibly long distances. I will get out and ride. I have no problems with getting out 500-600 mile days. I've never done 1,000 mile day.
Nope.
I don't know. Daniel and I have done 400, a little over 400 mile day when we went to Panama, and I sounded tired as crap. Now keep in mind, I sounded tired as crap because I'd had 2 very long days before that ride.
He's just making excuses.
With not much rest. Hang on. We recorded the podcast. We didn't go to pass out after we recorded the podcast.
No. We went about an hour later. We went out and
we sat and chilled for a minute. We legitimately immediately sat down and recorded the podcast.
It was more of a stretch our legs. And
we made the girls unload the car while we were recording the podcast.
Yeah.
Get my luggage. So, first of all, hats off to those guys that ride long distance. If you know some of those guys, talk to them. They've got some fantastic stories.
You don't ride that distance and not see something, learn something, have an experience or a story to tell.
And also, if you have never rode tank to tank, that is an experience in itself. I know that sounds crazy for some people that go, well, who hasn't rode tank to tank? Okay, on my bike, that's 200 miles nonstop. It's not stopping to put your legs down, stretch, nothing like that. I typically will run solo on those types of trips, keep the rear pegs down, stand on the rear pegs, and go down the interstate like that.
Sit on the back seat for a little while, stretch them.
Yep. I've even got it to the point now where when Miss Muffin's on the back, I can tap her, she'll drop her legs, I can stand on the bike.
Yep.
And we do it.
Just sits in her lap.
Yep. I've done that. We've swapped positions. Sometimes I'll take a nap.
Take a nap, it's fine.
So, I encourage you to try it if you've never even thought about it. If you have a bike that'll run 200 miles on a tank, do it. Just to see what it's like, because you're going to run 200 miles for those that have never done it and go, my butt kind of hurts. Now imagine the guys that are doing
1,000 miles a day.
Well, not just that. 1,000 miles is the iron butt, but they have another thing that's 1,500 miles in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, move on beyond that. One of our customers, one of these guys that does the Hoka Hay stuff, he is friends with a gentleman that did, and many of you motorcycle people have probably seen this on Facebook. This is legit. It is real. It was not a fake because so many people think it was. He did 100,000 miles in 100 days.
Woo!
So, 1,000 miles a day. To be fair, he didn't do 1,000 miles a day. There was several days there we actually did about 1,500 miles a day.
But that's a third of a year.
Jeez.
Well, that also was not like 100 days this year. No. It's 100 days. Start at 0, count to 100. That's 100 days.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot. It's tough to do a ride to a location and then back, and then you get worn out the next day.
Yeah.
Think about this guy getting back on the bike the next day.
But I don't think it was. I think it was on the road for 100 days.
Yeah.
From everything I saw, he didn't come home for 100 days. So, but yeah.
Must be nice to be retired.
That's dedication, though.
Or rich.
Yeah.
Independently wealthy, as we like to call them.
Cocaine
accessories.
So, yeah, I encourage you to take a look at it. Do a long run. I want to do an iron butt. It's something that I aspire to do. I think Muffin's kind of interested in doing Iron Butt, but I would like to get one under my belt solo before I said, hey, let's
Yeah.
go do this together.
That's a
Because-
long way to ride. I mean, regardless of how you slice it, that is
That's
a
a
Well, I was
big
talking to
distance.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, at 100 miles an hour, if you can maintain 100 miles an hour, it's still 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're not going to maintain 100 miles an hour. Joe told me, he said realistically, 14 to 16 hours is what you're looking at. Okay?
So that's
And if you
around
think-
about 80.
Mm.
70 to 80.
If you think, oh, I can do that in a day, here's what Joe said. Can you do it in 24 hours? Yes. Don't try and do it in a day. He said, eat dinner, relax for a second, and then start your ride. He goes, don't start early in the morning, start it at late at night, because you're going to finish it getting into the afternoon for the next day. You'll also be getting tired when it's still daylight outside. If you try and do it where you're going into the night and you're getting tired, it's going to be easier for you to potentially fall asleep and have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've gotten some tips from guys that,
Do
I
it.
mean, we're talking about guys that will go, hey, I've got a buddy in Texas. Let's ride down there and grab some dinner tonight. We'll come back tomorrow.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you called me, I wouldn't come.
This,
I don't like you that much.
Joe had his 20K service on his current motorcycle when he bought it. He had his 20K service done 11 days after purchasing the motorcycle.
Jeez.
So he went to Alaska and then somewhere like in Southern California and then almost back up to Alaska and then back to Chattanooga.
Wow.
Ooh.
So in his first 11 days.
That's a journey.
Props, man.
Yeah.
Props.
I mean, this guy's got the patches. So, and it's one of those things where it's like, to put up, I now have a Hoka Hay sticker on my bike. And if somebody sees it, goes, oh, have you done a Hoka Hay? Be like, no. But Joe Mears, his sticker's right below it with his Hoka Hay membership number and all this other stuff. It's a very exclusive group. So people see it and they go, oh, how do you know Joe? We have a conversation. I was blessed in getting the stickers put on my motorcycle, and I bear them very proudly. It is hardcore.
Yeah. That's not something you take lightly or can do easily.
No, these guys are all about a turn and burn, even if it's not 1,000 miles. I mean, literally, Joe has told me stories where buddy of his, he's got friends in Panama. Hey, you want to come down here and meet me for dinner tonight? They'll call him at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Panama's a 6-hour ride for us. He'll take off. He'll be down there by 7 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock Panama time. Eat dinner, hang out for a few, right back on the road. Back to Chattanooga, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's dedication.
That is dedication.
That's hardcore, man. That's what
It
is.
absolutely is. It absolutely is. When you consider the average ride for most people is less than 100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you
The
go
average ride for most people is the bike nut.
That's actually true. That's sad but true.
I mean, I did go to Maggie Valley on the KTM.
I know, that blew my mind, dude.
I had an afternoon.
And that's the third talking point, or the last talking point, was Daniel has learned some new stuff and run the
I
KTM.
learned that the KTM has a supermoto mode.
What?
Which I wish I had known this when I was on the track.
Heather, you're not allowed.
Yeah,
to
no,
put
I'm putting it
super
back
mode
in road mode for you.
We're gonna lock it road
A
mode.
lot.
Yes.
So,
So supermoto mode turns off the rear wheel ABS and lets you slide it. Yeah, you don't need that.
yeah, I don't need that right now. Yeah, no.
It doesn't make it faster, Heather.
Yeah, no,
Oh, no.
it doesn't make it faster, but it turns off. It reduces the traction control for the rear tire, and it turns off the ABS.
Yeah.
So it allows you to slide that rear tire if you so desire. But it's a step above turning off the ABS completely, which you can do on that bike, which I found kind of interesting for a street motorcycle where you could actually turn off ABS completely.
Now, I want to talk more about Daniel riding a 390cc tiny little sport bike because I rode it. It feels tiny.
It is a tiny bike. And I've taken the windscreen off.
And you rode it 160 miles one way?
Yep.
Because you were bored.
I was bored. It got great gas mileage.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably...
I filled up once.
You
I
filled
got
up
there,
there.
filled up, and came back.
Yeah. I kind of wish I was off. I would have rode with you.
I didn't have anything else to do, and it was one of the nice days that we had this past week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 78 degrees, sunny.
Nice.
Just like, I've got nothing to do. I'll ride out through the mountains. So I just kind of went. Got on the little KTM. It's like, why not?
Good for you.
Because I could have taken the Valkyrie, which would have been a much better bike to do a long distance ride on. Could have taken the ZRX, which is a much better bike to do a long distance ride on. But I was like, no, I've got the KTM. Might as well use it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, legitimately, I know it sounds like a jerk saying this.
Yeah, you do.
Good for you. No, that's because that's the thing.
But the bike is perfectly capable.
The age-old conversation, we've had the conversation on this podcast before, is it more fun to go fast? Is it more fun to go slow on a fast bike or fast on a slow bike? And everybody's under the same consensus. It's fast on a slow bike.
Yep.
So, I bet you when you were going through the Ocoee, that thing was a blast.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, those last couple straightaways, getting to Maggie Valley, where it's
bored to tears.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. Where's the
Sitting there at 65, 70 miles an hour on that thing is not fun.
Or probably that stretch between Murphy and Andrews, North Carolina was horrid. But once you started getting up by the Nantahala, you're probably like, woohoo! Ripping and roaring.
That's exactly what I did. It was, you had the nice roads where you could get into the curves, enjoy yourself, and actually use the power that the bike has.
Yeah.
Like the Ocoee, getting up there near the Nantahala.
Now, how many bikes did you see out there?
I actually saw quite a few.
I figured you would.
I mean, there were a ton of bikes out there.
So
no small CC bikes.
Also, I would love to do that when I get a supermoto. But one last thing we didn't have on our itinerary in relation to you going out riding on Thursday when it was beautiful.
Yes.
A lot of other people went out to ride Thursday when it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Some people were photographed and posted on social media about their mechanical issues that they're having with their motorcycle. So I just want to put out there that engineers are not mechanics.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.